A couple of days ago now, I made a video about Bill O'Brien and his recent trades with star players and getting very little draft picks in return. But a main topic was DeAndre Hopkins. Why was one of the best receivers in the NFL traded? About a day after DeAndre Hopkins was traded to the Cardinals for David Johnson a second and a fourth-round pick swaps, Michael Irvin on Get Up, which is a great show. If you do not watch Get Up and you're sports fans, I highly recommend watching the show Get Up every morning on the weekdays, and they have a different crew on the weekends. But Michael Irvin was on there about a day after, and he said some stuff that DeAndre Hopkins probably didn't want released into the media. He obviously kept it quiet, and he obviously apologized to Bill O'Brien after Michael Irvin made his comments. He said that DeAndre Hopkins was reportedly referred to as Aaron Hernandez in interviews with or conferences with Bill O'Brien, and compared DeAndre Hopkins to Aaron Hernandez. And that, quote, Bill O'Brien said he didn't like when DeAndre Hopkins' baby mamas was around. And that kind of made DeAndre Hopkins mad, and quote all that by Michael Irvin on the show Get Up. And it makes you wonder, that was all personal. And that's why you need checks and balances in a front office or any sports team, and checks and balances in anything. Because Bill O'Brien lets emotions and all that decide his GM moves. Because if you had a GM and a head coach, and a head coach said that, and the GM's like, no, I'm not trading one of the best players in the whole NFL because you decided to ruin your relationship. But Bill O'Brien has Belichick powers, scouting, GM, head coach, executive, ownership, everything. Bill O'Brien has Bill Belichick powers in the Houston Texans organization. And a lot of people are talking about Hopkins, the financials, and he wanted a contract extension. Hopkins has 3 years left. The reason why they were talking about financial, he wants $18 to $20 million a year. Last year, after Julio Jones, got his contract extension, DeAndre Hopkins thought, well, I'm better than Julio Jones, which he is. I want to make more money. So he wanted a contract restructure. And that is about to go down before the season starts, probably with the Arizona Cardinals. So if you guys are seeing on the internet why DeAndre Hopkins made or was actually traded, Michael Irvin pretty much released it. About an hour later after it came out, or Michael Irvin, went on Get Up. DeAndre Hopkins made a tweet.
Young athletic freak in year
after
number 2
Michael Irvin on Get Up said that, DeAndre Hopkins made a tweet saying he had the utmost respect for Bill O'Brien, and Bill O'Brien was not a reason of his departure or the reason why he was traded. That's just a cover-up, him saying that on Twitter. That's how you know that he did not want what Michael Irvin leaked from the conversation between D-Hop and Michael Irvin. He didn't want that leaked. And I just have a huge role. Obviously, the Texans signed Randall Cobb to come replace him. Randall Cobb is a very good slot receiver. He plays for the Cowboys, which is my favorite team. But he's not a replacement for DeAndre Hopkins. And if you don't like someone, you have to know. Right, Bill O'Brien, if you don't like DeAndre Hopkins, you have to know. If you don't have DeAndre Hopkins in the playoffs last year, you do not do anything. This is a playoff team. You know. Even if you have a side grudge towards him, you keep him on the team.
Goes downfield.
It's an easy question. Who is the best player on the Texans?
DeAndre Hopkins has the Texans.
You may think Deshaun Watson. The comments in the other video were saying that Deshaun Watson is elite. He's not. Deshaun Watson is not an elite quarterback.
Hopkins is right there.
Without DeAndre Hopkins, we'll see how well Deshaun Watson does. With Will Fuller, Kiki Kuti, and two tight end by committee offense with Randall Cobb in the slot. See how well he does now. See how elite Deshaun Watson is now.